Hi guys, thank you once again for staying tuned on this channel. So today it's going to be a continuation, pretty much like part 2 of our first video where we talked about Jakba or migration to New Zealand. So if you've not watched part 1, please click on that video and make sure you watch part 1 so you can connect the dots when you watch part 2. So today I will be talking about the part 2, which is like the continuation like I mentioned earlier. So again, if you haven't watched, please make sure you watch part 1 so you can connect to all these stories. Thank you for staying tuned again, and thank you for being a subscriber. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Turn on the notification button so you can get all these updates whenever they come. Okay, so today I will be talking about the universities in New Zealand. So just a brief sort of giving you some sort of a background. I talked about immigrating to New Zealand as a student. So young professionals wanting to make a change, and then, people who just graduated and wanting to get extra education. So right now, New Zealand, they have some, diploma courses, certificate courses, masters that you can use to immigrate and basically transition to becoming a permanent resident. So the visa success rate is high right now. Again, I mentioned that the window is not always open. So let's look at the universities that you can apply to in New Zealand that offer some of these certificate courses, diploma courses. I'm mentioning these courses because these are like 1 year in length, duration of study. As well, they are pretty much affordable. So if your program is 1 year, of course, it's going to be cheaper than when the program is 2 years. So don't get me wrong when I keep talking about these 1 year programs. It's because of the cost implication. The master's program, they are usually 2 years and they cost more. So the shorter the length of program, the cheaper or more affordable it becomes. So let's look at today we're going to talk about the universities. We're going to talk about some of the diploma courses. We're going to talk about the GreenList. We're going to talk about the Tier 1 and Tier 2. Then we're going to talk about, like I mentioned, examples of the courses. And then in our next part, we'll delve more into some of the information. So, ready to go? So the first university we're going to be talking about is University of Auckland. So this is one of the best universities in New Zealand. They offer certificate, diploma, master's, PhD programs for international students. So it's a very fantastic university. They are best known for comprehensive academics. In 2024, their QS ranking is 68 globally. So it's, you can get what you want there. I mean, for us, the Jakba concept, we just need an affordable program that we can leverage. So University of Auckland is one of them. Then the next one is University of Lincoln. I guess I pronounced it well. Lincoln University. So they are ranked 362 in 2024 QS ranking, and they are very best known for agriculture. So if you want to pick any program, diploma program related to agriculture, Lincoln University is the school to go to. I mean, they are best known for this, and some of the GreenList, they have some roles that are, agriculture related. So this is also a good thing to note. Then the other one is University of Canterbury. I believe I pronounced it well. So they are best known for engineering, and their global ranking, QS 2024 ranking, is 256. So it's a very good place if you're looking for any certificate course in engineering. That's the place. They offer it very well. So the next school we're going to look at here is Victoria University of Wellington. So Victoria University of Wellington is in 2024 QS ranking. They are ranked 241 globally. So they are best known for humanities and arts. So that's what Victoria University of Wellington is known for. So if you're looking for the diploma program, certificate program, master's, as the case may be, Victoria University of Wellington is one of the universities, one of your options. And the next one is Marseille University. They are ranked 231, and they are best known for agriculture and veterinary. So there are a couple of roles within the GreenList that are related to what they are best known for. So if you're looking for that, anything agriculture, veterinary, then Marseille University is the place to, select your courses, your program of your choice. Then the other one is University of Otago, ranked 206 globally, and they are best known for medical research. So anything medical related, you can look up these schools. So again, University of Auckland, University of Otago, University of Canterbury, Victoria University of Wellington, University of Waikato, Marseille University, and Lincoln University. So if I'm not pronouncing this well. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 universities I just mentioned now, based on the 2024 ranking and based on the GreenList in New Zealand. So one of these universities would have all those information and the programs, the certificate programs that we're talking about. So let me check here. Yeah. Okay, so now that we've talked about the university, we're going to, let me see which other information related to this. So if you want to study a graduate diploma program, of course, as an international student, you have to have a bachelor's degree or its equivalent. So you need to have gotten your bachelor's degree or its equivalent. Then there are specific requirements for that particular course. So first you choose the university, then you select the program, and then you look at the requirements for each of those programs. And then you submit, of course, your academic transcripts, go through the process, and then get the admission. Once you secure the admission, the next is the visa process. So for the visa requirements, though there will be variation from country to country. So but in general, you're going to have a valid passport with at least 3 months validity from your intended departure date from New Zealand, an offer of place from an educational institution, basically getting admission from any one of these universities. Proof of sufficient funds to cover your tuition fees and living costs. Of course, these are pretty much standard things that we know. Medical certificates, police certificates, proof of paid visa application fee, 2 passport size photos. If you're under 18, you will need legal guardian consent. These are for students going for bachelor's for the first time. So these are, the generic requirements for visa. You must have secured your admission from this school to think of processing your visa. So just touching on this, we're still going to delve more into this. Generally in New Zealand for international students, the admission intake to study in New Zealand for international students is usually February. For the semester intake, you have February intake, you have July. So for February intake, you have the deadline to apply, October of the previous year. So let me explain. Let's assume that John wants to travel to New Zealand as a student to study. As an international student, and John is looking at studying in the University of Auckland, February 2025. What it means is that last month, October, will be the deadline to accept application for February 2025 as an international student. So John should have concluded application by October last month. So October 2024 deadline for February 2025 intake. Then the second intake window is July, and the deadline is April. So I'm not sure why that one is kind of how many months gap? April, May, June, July, pretty much 3 months. So if you want to go for the July semester intake, then the deadline is April. So that's the standard window they have for international students, that you can, the intake and then the application deadline. Okay? So I hope that is clear. And then, of course, the average cost of studies in New Zealand for a year, this is cost per year, is between 20,000 New Zealand dollars to 25,000 New Zealand dollars for bachelor's or certificate program. For master's is 25 to 30, doctorate 28 to 32, but they usually have some scholarship for doctorate. So 1 year tuition average is between $20,000 New Zealand dollars and above. So that's the average tuition. You can do the conversion to either Naira or to USD or to, any currency that you're familiar with and know what that translates to. So I think I can do it for my Naira fans here. So let's do xe.com. So xe.com to see what so guys, don't quote me. This is as at today is 3rd of November 2024. Don't quote me. So I'm going to say 20,000 1 2 3, and this is xe.com. I'm just giving you an idea. This is not like, it depends on what the exchange rate is at that time. It depends on the platform you're using. It depends on so many things. So there has been FX somersault, you know that. So don't quote me and say, oh, he said this. I'm just giving you just to kind of get an idea. So xe.com official website, November 3rd, 2024, 20,000 New Zealand dollars gives you 19.7 million naira, 19,734,000. That's what it gives you. One New Zealand dollar is equals to 986 naira. xe.com official, November 3rd, 2024. This may change. I'm just trying to make this reference so you don't say, oh yeah, he said this, but that's not what it is now. It changes, okay? So it's about pretty much 1 to 1,000. So 20,000 New Zealand dollars, 19 point something. But I'm not sure you're going to pay all these at once. So you pay some and then transition. So that's what it comes to for a diploma course that can take you there. So I think from what I know generally, this probably is one of the most affordable. Okay, so let's look at some of the GreenList. So what's going on here is that New Zealand, they have what they call the GreenList. And they have the qualification for student transition that will qualify for this GreenList. They have national qualification, level 4, level 5, 6, 7. I think level 7 is bachelor's. And then you have level 6, 5, 4, mapped to diploma certificate programs, as the case may be, some vocational. So, but I think on the GreenList side, as an international student, anything from 5, 6, it's okay. I think that's where the diploma and the certificate courses fall in. But NZQ level 7 is about bachelor's and all of those things, masters and the likes. So they have what is called the GreenList. Okay? So the GreenList comprises list of roles, okay, that they accept, like professions that they accept, that can transition into becoming a permanent resident. So the first thing is, if you're not coming as a student, maybe you're a professional in Nigeria, maybe you are, I'm just going to read out some of these professions that they listed here. Maybe a nurse or any of those, IT, software engineer and all of those things. You can actually apply directly to becoming a permanent resident, okay? But this video is specifically for students. So now they call it straight to residence visa. And then if you're a student, depending on the role that you are in, so the GreenList has tier 1 and tier 2, okay? So tier 1 is more like those higher level professions in their own categorization. And those ones, they say you can go straight to residence visa. Meaning if your role or your profession belongs to tier 1, that means if you're a student, you've graduated and you got a job in tier 1, that means you're applying straight to becoming a permanent resident. Okay, so let me take a step back to explain again. Let's say Blessing immigrated to New Zealand, completed her, maybe 1 year diploma course, got a job in tier 1 profession, for example. Blessing is going to go ahead and apply to becoming a permanent resident, okay? Now, for tier 2, if John finishes, his education and gets a job in tier 2, what happens is that they call it work to residence visa. John is expected to work for a period of time, 6 months, 1 year, as the case may be, before applying. So that's the difference between tier 1 and tier 2 GreenList. If you are tier 2, you work for a while before you apply for your permanent resident. If you're tier 1, you just apply directly. So I hope that, makes sense and well understood. So that's the GreenList and tier 1 and tier 2. So if you travel as a student and you're done studying, that's how you transition. Okay? And these are some of the programs related to the tier 1. You have acoustic engineer, aeronautic, aircraft. There are lots of them here. There are lots of them. So an example of tier 2 is automotive electrician, building construction supervisor, tier 1 building project manager, tier 1 cardiologist, chemical engineer, chief information officer, civil engineering technician, clinical physiologist, psychologist, construction project manager. Too many of them here. Database administrator, dental therapist, dentist, dermatologist, developer programmer, electrical engineer. Earth moving plant operator is tier 2. Early childhood teacher, tier 2. So I'm going to put the link on the video so you can have an idea on what the list is, what the list comprises, which one is tier 1, which one is tier 2. That's going to give you an idea. So in summary, I talked about the universities that you can apply, some of the courses, certificate and diploma related to GreenList. So before you apply, I would suggest you look at the GreenList first before you go apply. And then how you're going to transition if it is tier 1 and how you're going to transition if it is tier 2. So I'm going to end it here for today. I hope this makes a lot of sense and is going to help a lot of people. In my next video, which is going to be part 3, we're going to talk more on the transition part, becoming a permanent resident and all of those things. We can talk about just x-ray some courses and some of those programs within the universities. Okay, again, thank you. Subscribe, turn on the notification button, and see you in part 3. Thank you. Bye.